KarQ, what do you think about Illari after mid-season 6 and Flashpoint? So, to recap, in season 6, obviously we had the brand new support Illari and the 2 new maps on Flashpoint, the new game mode. And now that it's been 5-6 weeks, my opinion has definitely changed a little bit. I originally put Illari as S tier upon release. That was a mistake. I do think she's good, maybe like A tier, but the nerfs to the pylon healing, the nerfs to where the ultimate doesn't pass through barriers definitely made her, she has like a decent role to like pop off with DPS, but it's a lot harder to capitalize on that. So she's not as, you know, strong as I anticipated her to be, but still very strong in the right hands. So I think she's good. She fills the role as a poker on a lot of long-range sightline maps. So some of my favorite maps would be, you know, the Flashpoint maps. I like her on Circuit Royale, actually, Havana. I like her on Pariso, actually, quite a bit. Lots of high ground to hold on defense and just shoot from a distance. But yeah, I think A tier is probably where I put her. The damage is good, but like she is still very, very vulnerable to dive. And I actually think, you know, she's better against comps that have more 200 HP heroes. So if they run a Bastion and Torb who can like, you know, push their HP to like really high amounts. Like when Bastion's in a transform state with armor and you can't headshot him, number one, and Torb pops his, you know, his overload and he gets extra tanky and the turret's annoying. I don't think Illari's that good in that situation. And Illari doesn't actually DPS the Orisa down very well. So I actually like Baptiste in those cases because Baptiste's ultimate is like pop the window, you can burn the enemy Orisa. With Illari, I have to like, you know, play around the Orisa. I don't do much damage to Orisa. I don't do much damage to the Bastion Torb Orisa comp. So, you know, she has her niche, she has her role. Certainly a better release than Lightweaver, that's for sure. I don't know what you guys think about Illari in the chat, but yeah, I think she's all right. The pylon is actually way weaker. The 40 healing to 30 HP per second is like a 25% nerf or whatever when you do the math. It is quite a bit, which means you build the ult longer, everything goes down a bit slower. So her tempo is slowed down a bit. And I think one thing that people still need to like improve on a lot is to actually be a bit more patient. I'm a little impatient with my shots where I do one of these and I just shoot really quickly without letting it recharge. It's actually just like way more proportional damage. It's not a linear scale. It's like if you do this and just fire it right away, it's like way less than taking your time and firing it like this. The time to kill for that versus doing this, way different. So be more patient on this hero. She's good. I don't like that her ult can wipe a team, but like I've always said, I think Illari suffers from the diva problem. Or not problem, but the diva theory, where diva 2016 Overwatch 1, people die to like 6-man bombs because they don't know how to use cover. Like if you just throw a diva bomb into the enemy, everybody knows how to hide behind a shield or go behind cover. Unless you use it mid-team fight. So like if you just randomly pop your Illari ult like it's diva in 2016, yeah, they're gonna run away. They hear face the sunlight or EMP John Cena. Of course people are gonna run into cover and, you know, you can't pop off and kill all 6. People spread out. They're not all clumped up. They all get sunstruck together. It's more of a zoning ult and it's transformed to like a Hanzo Dragon Strike where you either combo it or if you EMP John Cena them, you do it to make them spread out. You make them run. Like if I just fire it in the backline, it's a zoning ultimate. It makes them all run and like split off into bad directions and you capitalize on the positioning. So anyways, that's my thoughts on Illari. Still a good pick, but if I had to choose the best supports this season, even after the nerfs in mid-season, definitely still Bap. I still think Ana's great, and I still think Kiriko, top tier. Lucio right now with a lot of the Brawl versions. So you can play Lucio with the Queen, Zarya, Orisa, Rein, or Ram if you really want to. And you rush it down with Bap. But that's my thoughts on Illari thus far in the season. Now, people are also curious on thoughts on how Flashpoint has landed this season. I think Flashpoint is infinitely better than Push. It's better than 2CP. I still have not memorized this map, even though it's been, I don't know, I've played so many games. I think it's important for people to associate a letter with it. There's actually names for each point. They're actually labeled A, B, C, D, E. Like, all you need to know is center, and then you can work it down. And the spawns also change as well, by the way. So like, it always starts in the middle. And then if the point's here, your spawn, I think gets shifted +1 to the next section. And if you respawn at a bad time, you can press interact in the spawn and swap spawns. I think Flashpoint's fun. It's dynamic. I didn't like how it ticked up so fast to set like at first, but it's kind of grown on me. And you have to just adapt and learn how the pacing is. So when I mentioned a lot of times when you play control maps, like King of the Hill, classic 2016 Overwatch 1, Everybody knows when it's about like, you know, 80%, 85% is pushing it, you still have like another team fight. There's enough time to spawn and walk back. The sweet spot's around like 66 to low 70%. Low 70%. If you die, everybody gets wiped at around 70. You have a chance to still touch. If you die at about 80%, and no one's there to stall, just ignore it and move on. You can also like deduce the points. Like if, you know, this point's been activated already, you know the last two are here. It's still really hard to memorize. There's a little bit of theory behind it once you give it some thought. And I think people have found out the strategy has changed quite a bit, that when flashpoints move, a lot of people tend to not take the fights on the transition period where they like go to different sections of the map because it's a risk of spreading out. I actually do think, at least for now, it's better to just get to the point first and then shoot them as they come in, because there's a lot more valuable positions to play inside. Like maybe this one, not so much. I would not all stand in here because you lose too much space on the outside, but like definitely have control of it so your team can like play outside, shoot them as they come in. But there's definitely like other parts of the maps where it's better to be, you know, on the high ground and hold that surrounding area so that they are in trouble. So for example, what's the other one? I think it's this one. Yeah, this one. If you just control this entire high ground section here, that's good. The transitions are important, but like I've noticed, like if you don't have the long range, you don't have the Lucio to kind of speed onto them, unless they're really out of position, I kind of just poke them, see if I get a kill. If not, it's better to just regroup with my team and get the guaranteed position. But that's basically it with Flashpoint. I think Lucio has become one of the core picks here. I think Lucio comps tend to do really well. Anything with long range without too much fall off tends to be great. So I think Kiriko's good. Lucio, Kiriko, Bap's good, Ana's good. Illari's good once the point's like fighting. You're not really in fall off range. So basically the 4 meta supports are all great, plus Lucio. I don't really see Zen played here. I would generally avoid Zen here. I feel like he's just kind of slow and he just gets jumped on. A lot of people tend to play, at least in ranked, I've noticed there's a lot of Genjis that play on this map. Mostly because at least on first point, like being able to wall climb this thing and like take a secondary angle is actually pretty good. But yeah, it's grown on me. I think Flashpoint's fun. I don't know if they actually need to tune the game mode at all. They actually, when they release this game mode, they're just like, you know, let us have it. If we need to retweak things, we should. But I don't think people have been complaining about the faster pace of how it ticks up. It'd be a mixed call, but it's not like we need to change it now kind of like demand. But yeah, I like Kiriko Lucio too. I like Survasa way more than New Junk City. Agreed. I think people are less complaining about how fast it is, but the slow walking from spawn to point, I think if you kind of work out the numbers, it can feel really long if you die and you get the secondary spawn and then you have to walk to the initial new flashpoint. But if you take a fight on the flashpoint and die, then your respawn relative to that will be like a decent distance that's similar to other maps. It's mostly just like if you're on this side and the point changes and then you die, then it seems like a long trek, but it's only that one time with the objective. But if you ping the objective, it gives you a distance marker, like 110 meters. It's pretty much the same. If you die on like Dorado attacking third and you like have to walk all the way under from the outside, go inside, then wrap the corner, it's like pretty much the same distance, you know what I mean? No, 2CP comes out next week on Assault. 2CP will be in Arcade next week. Assault will be playable for the anniversary event in Arcade. Those are my thoughts so far mid-season 6, and I think I'm just kind of checked out for the rest of the season. I'm just kind of waiting until season 7. I've enjoyed the content for the first couple of weeks, but I'm kind of done. I'm gonna be hitting more variety as soon as the drops are over, and just you know, play whatever the new map is next season. Get some more tuning with Lifeweaver and Illari. Play some ranked. That's how it is with seasonal models of games. You play for the first couple of weeks and you stop. Same with Valorant, same with Apex. I'll play a bit of ranked when the season starts for those games and then just, you know, play something else. I think that's fine. That's kind of how Overwatch has shifted. People are always like, we need to be able to play it, you know, every single day like it was in 2016. Non-stop. But I don't know, I think games are all competing for your attention these days, and there's so many good titles out there. Spread yourself out, have fun, play this game in small doses, and I swear Overwatch is pretty fun. If you don't, you know, play 10 hours a day and play Tilted. Those are my raw thoughts. Okay, till next time.